It's pretty cool.
Are we going to read some words or drink some beers?
Drink some beers. You're not. I mean, you're hardly on the shows anymore, so it's not. You can come in halfway. Here we go.
Way to dial it in, Dan.
Back.
This week we drink more beers from our vacations. This is episode 114 of the Malting Hour.
What's the haps on the hops? Got yeast and speeds. This the Molten Hour where we talk about our drink and tell you what we think every other week. And if we get drunk, well, we might slur our speech. Got the gift of gab, the friends you wish you had. Join us for a drink, join us for a laugh. Time is never wasted, where you getting wasted. The Molten Hour here, people take your places. People take your places. People take your home.
Welcome to the Malting Hour. I am one of your hosts, Tony Golick, joined always with
Brandon Winninger.
and making his triumphant return while reading the lineup for Riot Fest.
Danny.
Welcome back, Dan.
Thank you. It's been a long time.
Well, see you
Shouldn't
later.
have left you. Anyway, so yeah, Brandon and I are just going to drink the beers that we didn't drink from our last vacation beer episode, which technically that's what this is. It's Vacation Beers Part 2. Hey, do you think Clark's going to bring anything back from Europe for us to drink?
I hope he has.
Is he still in Europe?
No, he's back.
No, he's back. I hope he has some like sweet Cantillon or something. Probably not.
I doubt it.
Where did he go? Amsterdam?
Amsterdam, it was 4 countries.
Paris,
Yep.
Amsterdam, Germany, and England.
All right, money bags. You better bring some fucking beer bags.
I saw him post with the
I'm drunk.
with Ted Lasso.
I'm,
Yeah, I saw that too.
prancing around Europe. Tra-la-la. Nope, didn't bring a beer bag. Fucking loser.
Whoa.
Did he go to Belgium?
No,
Oh.
you can get that stuff in. I got.
Keep
you can get it.
throwing it
You
at
can
him.
get it in Paris.
keep sticking it to him. Dan, what have you been up to?
I have been dadding.
Classic.
And,
That's a classic Dan move.
Yeah,
Classic
dadding.
Danny move.
And since I've been on, I've been to Alabama and I've been to Michigan. which
Fantastic.
Couldn't get any beers in Alabama, but I have some from Michigan.
That's good. Well, welcome back, man. We missed you.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you back. I mean, I will say this: like Brandon and I have had a lot of fun on just doing the random recordings from our own homes, random recordings together. We did the Sipes beer episode. You missed that. You missed out on getting one of these sweet glasses. You could have one of these.
Actually, I've got one for him.
No, damn it! I'm taking those two. Clark, you can have one of the other ones. But yeah, so we've got some vacation beers left. I've got one in front of me from where was I again?
Bentonville.
I knew to say Brighton.
Arkansas. Isn't that what you said?
Arkansas, yeah.
Arkansas.
Arkansas. So, which my Uber driver did say in St. Louis. He said Arkansas, and I thought he was talking about Kansas, and I was like, whoops.
Was he kidding?
No, he was not originally here from the United States. He had a very thick accent, but he said,
Did you leave any for us on this?
fuck you guys. Hey, this guy.
I've got more.
Brandon's got 3 left for himself, because I know how much he likes Hefeweizens. This I wish I had tried. This is Peach Queen from Bike Rack Brewing. Bike Rack was a really cool spot. Did we have anything else from them? This is the only beer that I brought from them, I think.
I think so.
Maybe there's something else.
Yeah,
I
I think
tried
there
a
was
couple.
one other one.
I tried a couple while I was there, and then I also have their barrel
find
aged.
it.
That's the barrel aged beer I have at home. I've got a Medusa something. I had the vanilla chocolate coconut one while I was there. It was very good. It was right next to the place where we were at, where the concert festival was at. So, what do you guys?
Concert festival.
The old concert festival. I already forget the name of it. I don't remember. I'm so tired. I can't think of anything right now. All right, what do you guys think of this beer?
So it's got when I was smelling it, it smells like a Hefeweizen. What I was trying to get was some peach on the nose, and it's there very very lightly, I think, but not ever present. And then when I took a sip, it's got that classic like all of the stuff that I like about Hefeweizens, but then the peach is very subtle, I think. And I'd be curious, I don't know if it says on the can, it just looks like a government warning, like how they get the peach in there. Like, are they using like an extract, or is it infused?
Dan's on it, though. The new
or if they're getting peach from like the yeast that they use, but I don't know of any yeast that could give you like a peachiness.
We'll have to have someone from Omega Yeast one day and ask him that.
So, you want me to read the whole description? Or do you
Please,
just
Dan.
want-
Welcome back.
Thank you. So it is coming in at 5%. Light-bodied beer with subtle tart peach flavor accompanied by clove and floral notes. The Peachy Queen is a refreshing day drinker made with real peach to get you pumped for summer. This German-style wheat ale will leave you asking for another. Enjoy refreshingly cold or let it warm up a bit and the peach really starts to shine.
Ooh.
Now,
See, that's not something I would have thought was taking a Hefeweizen and letting it warm up.
yeah, that
Because
would.
I like them fucking cold.
Yeah, well, I'm when I had this, I had it ice cold as well. I'm also looking at your pours and looking at my pour. You guys notice that difference?
Yeah.
Nice.
We got the dregs. We got the yeasties in the
Yeah.
bottom.
We should have probably rolled the
Rolled
can
it.
around a little bit. Yep, sorry. Yeah, mine is crystal clear. And I was gonna say like
You want
it's
some of that?
I like it like this.
that's right. Yeah, I prefer it like that too. It's what do you guys think of the body on it? Does it come across like a wheat beer?
Yeah, I think it actually does. It's
Ooh,
got
thank you.
a.
That was perfect.
It's got a
That's
little
what
bit
dropped
of I get that wheat for sure. I think it's a thicker body. Like it's like super refreshing, but it's also got a thicker body to it to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's also I was attributing it to the body, but it's a really refreshing beer to me. Like I really, if you listen to the Sipes episode, I don't know if anything's ever gonna beat that fucking Hefeweizen for me these days. That is one.
That was a good fucking beer.
That was fantastic. This was up there. This was as like when I had this, I'm like, oh, there are like Hefeweizens out there that I'm starting to enjoy again. Like it was like wheated beers and Hefeweizens. I mean, that was like, you know, the first craft beers I was really into and drinking a lot. So like I just like saisons. Like when I discovered saison, it was like boom, we're getting saisons all the time, and then I like totally just burnt
out.
myself out on that. And I
Yeah.
thought that same way with Hefeweizens. And this one and Sipes Hefeweizen are both like helping me want to explore more Hefeweizens from other
Yeah,
brewers.
because that's what I said. Like the gold standard, my gold standard for Hefeweizens is because one of my favorites is Julius Ector, and like getting one that kind of nails that profile and that similar body and the flavor profile, and the Sipes beer was very close to that. This it's not a completely different beer. It's a little bit lighter on all of the notes of the things that I like, but in a pleasant way, and the peach complements that very well. So there's nothing bad I can say about this beer. It's refreshing. This is definitely, this could be, if this was readily available, this would be something that I would pick up more often than not, I think.
Definitely a lawnmower beer, and I want to note or like piggyback off of you to note that like a lot of Hefeweizens they're not refreshing because the yeast character is so strong, like that clover banana. This is really like toned down. Like you
Yeah.
almost have to like think about it.
I was going to say that too, that this is like a lighter, more approachable version of a Hefeweizen that you could, introduce someone to or enjoy if you don't want those very strong flavors.
And I do feel like I'm getting more of the peach character, and it is like to me seems like a natural peach flavor opposed to like some kind of extract.
I got a little bit of like candied peach flavor,
I did initially. I did
like
too.
Peachios. Initially,
The peach rings.
yeah, which I love. Can't eat too many of them.
Fucking disasters. What about making a beer with those?
Dangerous. How's my level, by
a
the
lot of
way?
fucking
Were you
sugar.
making eyes at how loud, what this was at, Dan? When I
No, I
had
was
this?
making eyes because you had like double our pours and finished double as fast.
I'm thirsty. I'm fucking thirsty. Double your pour. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of here. How many
Peaches?
peach pits?
rings?
Peach
Oh,
pits. Would you give this, Dan? Out of as many as you want.
I really enjoy it. I might go as high as 4 or 5 on this.
Ooh, coming in hot, fresh,
Hey,
off of dadding. Dan's back with a 4.5 with Tony's
Pow, pow.
Bentonville beer. Oh, Brandon.
I'm going to go solid 4.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm going for, there is a reason, the flavor's subtle. I think I like it, like the Hefeweizen with the clove or banana, like that stuff's a little more in your face.
In your face.
But definitely a solid drinking beer.
I'm going to start becoming our own soundboard. Yeah, I agree. It is a very solid drinking beer. I'm in between you guys there. I think 4.2, 4.3 maybe.
Okay.
I'll go a little higher because I do really enjoy. I did really like it. It was a nice surprise of seeing that beer there, and I had you in mind, Brandon, when I bought this,
Appreciate it.
knowing that.
I think Becca would really like this. So.
Well, glad you got a couple left, buddy. Also, if one goes missing one day, it wasn't me. And that's the end of the show. Good night, everybody.
So, was this next to like a bike trail? I don't know if they're still.
That's a great
I
question.
just wondering if you know why it was bike rack. If it was like, hey, there's a bike trail right here. It's
No,
like,
I didn't do a lot of.
investigatory research.
Nope, that's you and Clark. That's why we need you guys. We need you guys to help us out. You know what I mean? Like otherwise, I don't come with the facts. I come with the hard hitting. I come with the hard hitting questions. Yeah, the alternative facts. That's what I always come with. Brandon, what do we got there?
Coming from Tempe, Arizona, Huss Brewing Company's Scottsdale Blonde, a German-style Kolsch.
I like where we're going tonight. Very light. I mean, it's in when this is out, it's the day before our Declaration of Independence Day. It's 3rd of July. It is hot and muggy right now in Chicago.
It's fucking stupid outside.
I hate it.
And
And
smoky.
Yes, I don't have air conditioning in my car, so it's great driving around and
Yesterday when
dying.
I was leaving to take Benjamin to daycare, and he walked outside and he's like, "Oh, smells like wood." And then we got to daycare, and he's like, "I still smell it. I hate that smell."
It smells like wood.
I was like, "All right."
It smelled like burning tires to me for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's
like,
just.
it's just
Yesterday
not
was a
good.
lot worse than today. I think the rain kind of helped a little bit.
2 days ago, I felt
Tuesday
like it was the
was-
worst.
Tuesday
Yeah.
Oh
was
yeah,
awful.
that's true too.
I had a headache from going outside. I was not at work that day, and they said it looked like a cloud. I'm like, at one point, did you guys think maybe we should close the giant doors?
I was downtown. Our office is on Wabash, and this was Wednesday, so like the better day. And I remember like walking
So
up
yesterday?
Wabash. Yeah, yesterday. Well, Wednesday for those folks who are listening to this on Monday. And I like looked up Wabash
Well
at
played.
where Trump Tower would be, and you couldn't even like hardly see it.
That's great.
Yeah, it wasn't.
The way God intended it to be.
The reason why I brought that up is that these two styles that we're already, embarking upon here are perfect summer beers, and a blonde ale I feel like is good. I don't have my readers with me, so Dan, it's up to you. This old man can't see shit unless Brandon, you have it in front of you.
I don't.
All right, so Scottsdale Blonde from Huss Brewing Company at 4.7 ABV. Brewed similar to a lager, this local favorite is Huss Brewing's flagship beer. Crisp, clean, and refreshing with a slightly sweet finish. And then it lists off some hardware here. Winner 2016 U.S. Open Beer Championship Bronze. Voted 2017 Best Local Beer in the Phoenix New Times. And 2017 also got Best Arizona Beer in the ARA Foodist Awards.
Hey, look at that. Well, what do you guys think of this beer so far? Everybody's taking a sip, right?
Yep. It's good.
it?
So I was reading because I don't know. I started looking it up when Dan was reading the can and realized I was trying to see if it was the same thing, and it's not. So what they were going for was the Kolschstau from Cologne, Germany. So they were
Nice.
trying to match that. I mean, I don't know if I've had I may have at some point. I don't know any offhand, but super clean. I mean, it's got that.
The description I feel like is perfect.
Yeah, it's got that kind of that traditional lager, fruitiness and mouthfeel and maltiness.
Light, little bready.
Yeah, it's. I'm enjoying this. Yeah.
Yeah, I am too. I really, really enjoy this beer. It is. It's right there with the Peachy Queen. Like it's you said it perfectly. Like it's a light, refreshing beer. It's definitely one that I could see myself drinking regularly. Like this is, it reminds me of Revolution's Ghost Ride Kolsch. Have you guys ever had that one? Do you guys remember that beer?
I have, but I can't recall.
During the pandemic, they had brewed so many of it because there was festivals and shit that if you bought beer for them, they were giving, like, depending on how much like beer you were buying, they would throw in like 6-packs or 12-packs of Ghost Ride. And eventually they had like a big sale on Ghost Ride and some other beer. Oh, Ghost Ride and Cross of Gold. When they had Cross of Gold, or no, not Cross of Gold. What's their Hefeweizen? Or their wheat beer.
It's got the lady holding the something.
They had Tall Boys up for a little bit. Something wit.
Yeah, something wit.
Something wit. Anyways, those beers, they had a big sale on that. If you bought, like, you could mix and match and only pay like $40 or $20 for all those beers. Cross of Wit? No. Something of Wit? Fuck. Anyways, this is reminding me of the
Cross of Gold?
Bottom Up Wit.
Oh.
Cross of Gold is their gold now, which I wish they would just bring back and sell in 24 packs. Cause
I with this beer, I was gonna say I really appreciate. I think it's a little like bitter on the front half of the sip there.
I kind of hold on.
Just for like a second, and then you get that
I feel like
like,
you get
lager
in the middle.
finish.
Like that's like towards the end. You know how like sometimes with lagers you get like that little hit of bitterness and then the sweetness. That's how it feels for this.
Well,
oh, I see what you're saying.
I was just like making sure I was correct, but so what the reason it says brewed similar to a lager, so I believe it is brewed with lager yeast, but then it's warm fermented and then cold conditioned. So it's similar to the alt beer, but alt beers usually are a little darker than this.
Absolutely.
So yeah, maybe it's just I don't know exactly how that affects the taste.
Well, I don't either because I've never really done it. We've either warm fermented or cold fermented, as us as homebrewers who have not brewed in a long time. I think what they were going for, what they got, I did a great job. It's a really good beer.
Is that
It's really tasty.
is that from the Total Wine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Someone listened to the episode.
Yeah, all of them were Total Wine.
Yeah. I thought so. I just couldn't remember
It
exactly.
was easier that way.
Yeah.
How many
Mountain ranges?
Arizona mountain range?
There's a mountain on the can.
All right, we'll go mountain tops. Brandon, how many mountain tops are you giving this out of 5?
I'm going to go 4 on this one.
4 mountain tops. I like it. Danny?
I'm gonna stick with 4 also. I think it's a well done lager boy.
I'm agreeing with you guys. 4 mountain tops across the board there.
4 cubed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, is it though? Because there's 3 of us.
Fucking damn.
Squared would be 2. 3
That's
would be
right.
Cubed.
What's 4 then?
Heartburn.
Well, I don't know.
Is it fun? Yeah, you're right. 3 is cubed. Math, not my strong suit. Your suit, also not your strong suit. Right? Anybody think you should leave? No? We didn't watch the second season? I did. What is this? Oh. Dan has just brought out a beer.
Figured we'd stay with the lager tradition here. I'll let
What are you making decisions
Tony,
for?
Old Man Golic.
Tony do the opening here. So this is from Seeds Brewing.
Hey, I know where Seeds is at.
Yeah, Tony stopped and got a beer for me.
I
one
don't know if I
time.
had this.
I think it's a newer one that they just kind of recently did. You may no friends have checked it in.
Oh, no.
So it just has a northern German style lager. They're in Union Pier, Michigan, which is basically just across the border from Indiana. And a 16-ounce can, 5.5%.
Ooh, our first
ABV.
5.5 beer. Or 5% beer. I feel like I didn't go. Excuse me, I just burped. I didn't go crazy with the pour. I felt like this was a good pour between 3 glasses.
Yeah.
So you and I have both been to Seeds. Clark, you've been to Seeds, and Brandon has not been to Seeds. Brandon, we need to get you to Seeds.
So Seeds, I didn't get to actually like stay there because
Did you just
we
pop
had
in?
we had our dog with us who doesn't like other dogs, and there was literally like
It's like
a gazillion dogs.
It's like
running
a dog park where you can go outside, but
Yeah.
it's not really a dog park.
And the guy that owns it, I've seen him on Instagram, so I know it's the dude. But he was like helping me pick out the beers and stuff, and he was saying that this is newer and it was like drinking really well. And so I was like, cool, let's do it. But it's like off of like a small road in Michigan. It looked like a really fun space. They specialize in like lagers and then like saisons and stuff like that. But
We had to wait. We did I forgot what beers we got where we had to sit there. And,
The
do
slow pour?
Yeah, I did the slow pour, and it was totally worth
That's
it.
awesome.
And Clark and I, we normally go up to Michigan towards the fall, and I remember it being like kind of cooler that day, and it was nice. Like it was the perfect atmosphere to be at their brewery. Like you're surrounded by trees, and they have a big fire pit. Like it's off the road, but like once you go to that little.
there's almost like a little barn there too.
Yeah,
or something.
yeah, and it's kind of like tucked away, but you can still see the road. You
Yeah.
know, like when you're in the beer garden area.
Yeah.
The inside's nice too, and all the staff is cool. You can bring your own food there. So what I would recommend next time, Dan, if you go up there, and this is what Clark and I are going to attempt to do, is get pizza from Beer Church.
Yeah.
Grab a pizza from there. take it to Seeds. Eat that pizza at Seeds.
Are they? They're not in Union Pier. They're in.
They're not that far.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not that far. It's you're looking at like a 10 to 15 minute drive, maybe.
Okay.
There's also not far from Seeds. I don't know what the actual area is called, but there was like this giant pier that or this giant. It overlooked. I have pictures of it. I'll have to ask Claire. It overlooked like water and the woods and everything, and like as you walk out, like it's really high fucking up, and you're just standing on like this giant like bridge type thing. That's I don't know. It was beautiful, but also kind of like you could start feeling it sway. We were like, let's get out of here. Thought we were gonna get murdered, but that's not what we're talking about. What do you guys think about this beer?
I
Damn,
really.
So pumped about
I didn't know who. I didn't
Sorry,
know
yeah,
who was
no,
going.
I
I'm
know,
I'm a little out of.
well, welcome back. Then get
sorts.
into it. Get
No,
into it, baby.
I really like this beer. This came in a 4-pack, and this was my last one. I was saving it for this. The other ones they went pretty quickly. I like the body on it because it's kind of like a heavier lager, a little bit feeling in your body. It's not.
It's like
the Kolsch we had.
Budweiser.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we've ever had one, but
It's not. It's,
yeah,
it's
it's
not like
I think it's like I think they, from what I've had from them, they do lagers very well, and I really dig the body, like the thickness and the heftiness of this, with it not being like malt liquor tasting or something. You know
Real
what I
quick, did you get a chance to try any other beers while you were there?
mean? No.
Their Helles is really tasty. Like that was, I think, my favorite beer I had from them. And then I remember having a darker beer from them. I had some Bach from them as well. So
Yeah, they have. I mean, they have everything there looked good.
Did you ever drink the one beer we picked up for you there?
Yes.
What was it again? Was it
Twisted. It was a kvass style. So they which a kvass is like where you brew it with bread. So they brewed it with soft pretzels.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good. Very malty, light. I think it was. I don't remember what the percentage was, but I think it was like 4. I have a picture of it for a pairing to post, but I don't know when I'm gonna get to it.
The Pretzel Gang album? Is that what you're pairing with? The old Pretzel Gang?
You'll have to wait and see.
Brandon,
No spoilers.
What do you think about this beer?
It's tasty. It's a little. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a little maltier, I think, than I was expecting, especially for a lager. But it's going. So it says Northern German lager. I don't know if that's more traditional to the style for Northern Germany. Yeah, a little more maltier. A little sweeter than I would have expected. And there's no. I'm not getting much like hop bitterness at all, really. It's just like this smooth sweetness. And I'm confused if I actually like it or not. It's got, I mean, there's no way I dislike it.
Sure.
But it's is it like pleasant, or is it like just like okay? So that's kind of my internal struggle right now.
It was like my take on Pipeworks Saddle Up, Barrel Aged Bourbon, which I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, which I think I do. And I still think I do. I think. Yeah, it's sweet. It's malty. I do get a bitterness in there. Not, crazy strong, but like your average lager bitterness. There is a little bit more lingering to it on my tongue than, say, the last beer that we had, the Blonde Ale. It is a bit heavier. And I was joking when I said Budweiser, but I feel like that type of sweetness and maltiness and that slight bitterness, but also a little bit of heaviness to it is kind of what that comparison is where I'm going with. I think that is applicable here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be like it's definitely not like a summer crusher or anything. This would be like awesome in like slightly cooler temperatures, like you said. It's like spring, which I think they came out in spring.
Or if you had this like a summer night, sitting around by a fire.
Yeah,
Just a couple guys hanging out,
a couple dudes.
cracking some jokes.
You
A
don't
couple
need to-
dudes or ladies.
You don't need to sit by fires right now.
Yeah, don't. Not in Chicago, baby. Dan, good pick. Brandon, how many seeds are you giving this one? See what I did there?
Yes.
I took their brewery name and used it as an object of rating.
I'm gonna go like 3.9.
3.9. Okay. I think that's fair for the way you describe. Have you figured out yet what it is that you like about it, or if you like it or don't like it?
I think I do like it. But this is, because of the sweetness, I couldn't have, like, one can of this would probably be enough for me.
Yeah,
I couldn't keep going back.
Absolutely. It is tasty. I think, like, yeah, I couldn't have 2 16 ounces of this.
It's very, like, to me, it's very flavorful.
Yeah.
But that can be, like you guys are saying, like, one and done.
It can be taxing after a while.
Yeah.
Like, if you're, like, it's a great beer to have if, like, man, I just want to have one really, like, flavorful, satisfying beer, and that's it for the night. This is a good one to have. Dan,
Agreed.
how many seeds?
I'll go 4.15. Just a little hair over 4.
Okay, I like that. I can respect that. I would. I think I'm leaning more towards Brandon. I think I'm going to go 3.8, somewhere around there. And that's I hope that's not taken as an insulting review, because I think it's a really well done beer. I just don't think I'd reach for this with knowing all the other options that they have. This probably wouldn't be on top of my list of beers that they offer. It's a good beer. I just think there's other ones that I like more from them. And Brandon, you and I need to go up to Seed sometime.
Agreed.
With or without Clark and Dan. Just 2 dudes going up to Michigan without Clark. It's possible. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Dan's going to wet his whistle and load us up with some beers for the second half of the episode. We'll be right back.
And we're back.
Brandon's face got so... He, like, the smile dropped from his face, and I knew he was about to go into it, and then you made a noise. I was like, it's not going to do it now. Woo! Welcome back. We are here for Vacation Beer Part 2, and Brandon has already taken a sip of Dan's next offering, which is... Brandon, the can's in front of you if you want to read it. No, I was going to let Brandon do it. Can you read it, Grandpa?
I don't have my readers on.
Shut up, dude.
Three Blondes Brewing, Dill with it. Cucumber, Dill, Berliner Weiss. You want to read the description, Dan? I think if you have it pulled up.
That's pretty much it. It's a German sour wheat beer with brewed with cucumbers and dill.
Did you say German style or German sour?
German sour
Okay.
wheat ale. So probably a German style sour.
Yeah,
Wheat.
it's a Berliner. I've had this before.
My mouth is confused.
Yeah, so what do you guys think of this? Because I already have my thoughts on it because I've had it before. Dan didn't know I had this already.
No, I
so
didn't know
check
he
it.
had it because he didn't check it in, and I thought he checked everything in. But obviously, this is like a weird beer. Like it's nothing you're gonna buy like a ton of. But I figured it was so
Unless you
obscure.
really like fucking dill.
Yeah, and Three Blondes is located in
Michigan.
Yeah, South Haven, Michigan. And then right next to an ice cream shop that's pretty good. But
I wonder if that's the hotel. That's where Laura McKenzie stayed. They stayed at the ice cream shop. And
They
thought
stayed at ice
maybe
cream shop.
because they said they stayed at a hotel right next to this brewery. And if you're saying
They just lived in an
if
ice
you're saying
cream
there's an
shop.
ice cream shop, maybe they just stayed at an ice cream shop. That's what makes
It's
sense.
really good ice cream.
That's what makes sense to me.
Yeah, they looked like they had a really cool outdoor space too. The brewery.
They said the food. My wife and daughter said the food was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, you ate there?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I picked up food and brought it back to the.
At least her food with dill in it. Ooh, nice. Compliment the beer.
I wonder if they do fried pickles. Whoa. Was the mic on for that?
Nope.
Ooh, but Dan's picked it up, I bet. We're going to up the volume on his when I comes to editing, if I remember. I won't. What do you think of this beer, Brandon?
I like it. Again, it's a very niche beer to where I would... This is like the perfect amount. I think any more than this would be a little overkill.
I think I could do a whole can of this.
I don't know if I could.
Laura
right
and I
now.
split it.
But also, like, this is our fourth beer.
Yeah.
So, maybe if this was my first beer, I would speak a little differently of it. But I like dill, and I like pickles. I like dill pickles, and it's kind of that's what I was expecting at first, and that's kind of what they're going for with the cucumber dill thing, and it's pretty spot on. I mean, the dill comes through really nicely, like, this would go really good with some pickle pizza.
Ooh, do you have some?
I don't.
Damn it.
What is pickle pizza?
Fucking amazing. So, when we went to... Did you have any of the pickle pizza when we were at Howard Street?
No.
Yeah, so we ordered pizza.
Wait. No. Did I?
I don't know. So we ordered...
I don't know, man. I was
we ordered pizza. So...
drinking a lot of that sarcasm.
Earlier this year, we went on Pizza Trolley. And there was one of the stops is at Bob's Pizza, I think it's called. They have a spot in like Pilsen. And
Bob's Pizza
They're
in
known
Pilsen.
they're known for their pickle pizza. And it's
known
like,
for our famous...
It's like a dill pickle, and like, there's dill on the pizza, and then there's the pickles, and also, it's really fucking good. And then I found out there's another spot right outside of Rogers Park. I think it's in Skokie, in Evanston, and they delivered to Howard Street, so we ordered it there too. And dude, I love that fucking pizza. And my sister loves pickles, and we brought the pizza back, and I just opened the box. I said, "Take a slice, thank me later." The next fucking day, she texted me and goes, "That was a fucking pickle pizza." It was the best. She's fucking pickle obsessed. But dude, it is so good. Like, I think you would, if you like pickles, it's
Laura likes
awesome.
pickles. Maybe Laura had some of that pizza.
I think she did.
I think she did. Maybe I had a bite of it. I don't really remember.
We just got to go to Howard Street and order some pizzas. And
Perfect.
hang out.
Well, I mean,
They fuck around with Chuck.
the trivia was fun, and they had open mic or something, or a DJ recently that canceled, or I think it was open mic, and then they ended up doing karaoke instead. So I want to know how that went. I'd like to go and do some karaoke and eat some pickle pizza over at Howard Street. I'll do that.
Oh yeah.
Dan, what do you think about this beer? Now, is this your first time having it?
Yeah, it's my first time having it. I like it. I like it for what it is. I get the wheat body, and you really get like the fresh cucumber, and then the dill. Like it doesn't like it's like more fresh cucumber than like pickled cucumber, if that makes sense, like out of a jar. Maybe like a farm stand, like handcrafted.
This is gonna sound really weird and perhaps gross to people.
Here it comes.
But have you ever had like just a cucumber that you've cut into that's like really juicy? Like, I'm feeling like that the cucumber that you're getting is like that, the juiciness from like a because I've had dry ass cucumbers that are just like boring, but like, dude, it's coming through. It comes through nice. I like.
You're grossing me the fuck out with that talk.
No.
You like dry cucumbers?
I'm a dry cucumber guy through and through, baby. I agree with. So this is my take on this beer. It is. Oh, there's a commercial for Budweiser for you there, Dan.
Yeah.
The Berliner style being tart gives us the tartness, the tartness you get from a pickle, sour wheat. Is the cucumber flavors there like a lot? Like it's like the taste that you get from like cucumber water. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then the dill's there at the end.
Yeah.
It's a very clever way to have like a pickle type beer. You know what I mean? Without it being like, here's a beat you over the head type oh, here's our pickle like beer, and we use cucumbers, and it's sour, and then there's dill in there, and it's not like, it's nice, it's refreshing. It's like to me. After there's a lot of tart beers that I really like sour beers that I find refreshing. Throw the cucumber in there, that's also refreshing, and the dill having a nice herby touch at the end. I think this beer is really good.
Yeah,
I really like it.
It's gonna sound funny, but I feel like it tastes healthy.
Yeah, no, you're right. Brandon's saying gross things. You're saying funny things. I mean, what am I gonna say later? Something racist? Absolutely not.
It's like when you go to a hotel and they have the cucumber and dill sitting in the water. You pour yourself some water and it's this is some dilly water.
That's just someone's leftovers from the continental lunch. That's that thing.
Gross.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is. It's like the cucumber water.
Yeah, I love how it's like cucumber, and then you get the sourness from the like Berliner Weiss style, and then like the dill plays off of that. Like it's like
it's
three.
It's three different things that work really well together that you can identify easily.
Very cleverly done.
Yeah, it's very good. I like it. Daniel.
Yeah. How many pickles?
Yeah, how many pickle jars are you giving this? How many empty pickle jars are you giving this?
So, I mean, yeah, obviously, with it being what it is and like rating it off of what it is,
that's what we do.
4.75. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you could do this any better. Like, I don't know if I want to give it a 5 because I haven't had that many pickle beers. But
if this is the standard, I mean, there you go. Brandon, how many full pickle jars are you giving this?
I think I'm in the same camp.
Wait, actually, you know what? How many juicy cucumbers are you giving this?
Ooh, I'm gonna give it a full 5. Jesus. I think 4.75. Really, I'm in that window between like 4.6, 4.75, something like that. Like it for what it is, really well done, and yeah, I would definitely do this again. No, we don't want to see your pickle.
It just got really quiet and you have to unzip the bag.
Yeah.
I'll show you a juicy cucumber.
Love to do this again with the pickle pizza.
Yeah, I'm gonna out of 5 dry pickles or dry cucumbers, I'm giving this 4.7 of the dry cucumbers there. Okay. This is a really good, really tasty beer. It's up there. I will say, well curated list so far. Dan, don't fuck this up with the next beer.
I was trying to diversify the portfolio.
Excellent.
All right, so the next one we have is from Saugatuck, Michigan. It is the Mitten Brewing Co. West Coast Swing. Is an amber ale.
Oh, hey, man, you're hitting some of my faves today. I love a good amber ale. Oh, man, I didn't rinse out my glass.
Go quick. You don't have to.
Yeah, that's all right. Go ahead. Actually, do you have a little? Can you pour me just a little bit from your water, real quick? Just a splash. Just a splash. I know you drank out of it. It's okay. It's in your pickle.
You put his pickle in that water.
Is this cucumber water? It does taste like cucumber water. Amber ales.
That's what it actually was.
That'd be awesome. Amber ales are up there with me, like brown ales. I think it is a underrated style that people a long time ago probably thoroughly enjoyed, and now it is gone the way of the what's a good analogy there? The way of the
buffalo.
Yeah. Oh, poor buffalo.
I think that's how it is, isn't it?
I think so. The way of the buffalo, because they were wiped out.
Yeah.
I'm excited to try this. Dan,
tell
us about it.
I will tell you about it. This place had awesome pizza.
Oh.
So the Mitten Brewing Company, it's in Saugatuck, really cool artsy town that we went to for one day. Really good pizza, and everything is baseball themed. So like all the decor inside, it kind of looks like an old like Irish pub, but then with like just baseball stuff everywhere. All their beers have a baseball theme to it. But this is West Coast Swing and is a gold medal winner at the 2018 GABF. Subtle caramel and crisp amber malt notes enveloped in a malty and smooth body, coming in at 5.6%.
What year did it? 2018?
2018.
That's the year we went.
Was it?
Yeah.
Hey, all right, cool. We were there when they... Well, we weren't there when they won, but we were there when they won.
Yeah.
What are you guys? What are your feelings on the style of amber ales? As you guys have already expressed my
So
love.
let me say before you guys go that I feel like I've had this for a little bit now. I feel like it has like a weird astringency at the end that I don't think it had before. But
What's the can-down date?
does it have one?
Yesterday. It's crazy. No, there's no date.
From the future.
No, there's no date on it. I mean, when did
July
I go?
10th.
I think I was there
Like a month ago, wasn't it? It wasn't that
a
long
little
ago.
more than a month.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I saw you, Dan.
Yeah, no, it's been a while,
It
but
was the first weekend in May.
and it's not like bad. It just has like a weird like bitterness at the end or something.
Okay, but I was asking, what do you feel before we get to that? How do you feel about amber ales in general?
Oh, I mean, I really like them. It's hard to find them.
Thanks.
It's hard to find a good amber ale, and I don't like because people say they don't sell, and
No.
it's like a brew. I mentioned this before in the podcast, but like a brew pub style that you find, and that's what this place basically was. It was like a brew pub. So they had a good variety of styles, including some of those like classic American styles.
Classic.
Love it. I want to go there, except I hate baseball. Brandon, what do you feel about amber ales?
I enjoy them. I do like the deep malt characteristics, like the nuttiness, the roastiness that comes through. They're ones that I don't seek out very often, but I do enjoy them. Like if I have one and it's good, like I will thoroughly enjoy it. Like this one so far, I'm liking what I'm tasting. So
Yeah, I don't get the astringency that you're talking about. I get a bitterness at the end that
Yeah, astringency is probably the wrong word. It's a bitterness.
and I feel like that is common with some amber ales, that there's that type of bitterness. I mean, obviously it depends on what hops you're using, but it doesn't feel unfamiliar to me. It doesn't feel out of place. And this, I think, like you said, Brandon, about the maltiness, and there's a nice medium to light body on this as well. I feel. What do you guys feel as far as the body goes?
I think a medium. Yeah, we both just said it at the same time. I think a medium body.
Yeah,
for sure. And you get that caramel nuttiness that Brandon was mentioning,
and the bitterness helps balance out that sweetness. I think that you would, if this wasn't as hopped as this is, this would be a very sweet beer.
Maybe it's just like playing tricks with my mind, because I feel like usually when you have like bitterness in a beer, it hits you up front, and then like that caramelly note would be at the end. But it's like reverse for me.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's that caramel up front, and then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, it's like bitter at the end.
Yeah.
yeah, I think that kind of nails what I was thinking too. But what I like is that if I don't know if amber ales in general are just this feels really lightly carbonated. It doesn't feel like it's not heavily carbed. I mean, it's carbed. I feel like just enough to where like I'm not getting a ton of bubble. And I think I like that. Like I think it and it might be for the style. It's been a while since I've had a good amber ale, but
I feel like this is to style as far as the amber ales I'm familiar with, and I think that it's not like it's undercarb. It's just not heavily carbed. They're like tiny bubbles, not like tiny bubbles like champagnes, but like
tiny
yeah.
bubbles.
Oh, jeez. I would say that. Oh, jeez, sorry. This is hitting that burp was like burping up cucumber water. This is hitting everything I really like about amber ales, and I'm very happy that you brought this one, Dan.
Yeah. So since that is the case, I'll ask you, how many baseball mitts are you giving this out of 5?
Baseball mitts out of 5. I'm going 4.6 down the style there. I feel like this is something that I could have, like, it's maybe not like an ideal summer beer, like hot weather. Definitely a spring fall type beer.
Oh yeah.
But I could still have like 2 or 3 of these, and that's all I was drinking, like 2 or 3 of these. It's like almost when you have like, have a Sam Adams Boston Lager. I can't sit around and drink Sam Adams Boston Lagers, but I like it.
It's a little too like syrupy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I feel like that's kind of how this is drinking for me, as far as the way I would relate to like what beer would I have like 2 at the most, 3, and then be like, okay, I'm either done drinking or I'm taking a break for a long time.
Remember that's when all we used to do is just sit around and drink Sam Adams Boston Lager by the case.
I still like Sam. I mean, I've got Sam Adams in the beer fridge at home in the garage from my party, the no kids party that you couldn't make. Sorry, buddy.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'd 4.75 around there, baseball nuts.
So, Brandon, as a Cubs fan, how many corked bats are you giving this?
Okay.
Well, thank you for joining us for your last episode, Dan. I will go ahead and say I'm like 4.5. Like solid 4.5. And nobody cares what you think, Dan, so fuck off.
Dan, how out of 5 hockey pucks, how many hockey pucks are you giving these?
I'm going to go...
I'm just
not going to go quite as high as you.
How many
Failed championships.
No, how many
You know, they were playing the Rays when that corked bat incident happened. That's the only reason I really remember it.
dang.
Devil Rays at the time, actually.
How many Cracker Jacks are you giving this one?
That's like your only frame of reference for baseball.
That's what I'm going with. Well, I was trying to think of something like insulting, but then I was like, let's just go fun, like Cracker Jacks. You know?
I think it's good. I'm gonna go a little under you guys though. I'm gonna go like 4.2.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like dip into the 3s there. I think
no.
4.2 is still.
I mean,
that's still.
I think even when I had this before, like when it was like fresher, I think it may have been like a 4.5, 4.6, but I'm just gonna knock it a little bit for right now.
I will say that this beer will definitely make me want to try more of their beers, knowing that like they actually can their ambers and that they have that much faith in it. I mean, I feel like with having an amber like this and you're actually packaging it, you have to know that you're putting out a good beer, and they did that. And I don't think if this beer sucked that they would be doing that.
Gold medal, agreed.
Gold medal wiener. It was delicious. Thanks, Dan. All right, that's all we got for. Oh, Dan's got another beer.
This is the 6th and final beer of the show.
No, this is it of the season. I mean, of the series. This is the series finale.
Of the year.
Oh yeah, do you have a bottle opener? You can say bottle opener. You can say bottle opener on Myke.
Right behind
too.
you.
Yeah, it's on the wall.
There's a bear on
Stop
the
using
wall.
the. Yeah, dude, you gotta use the bear.
I don't want to rip it off of the wall.
What's the point of him having the bottle opener if no one's gonna use it? I don't even know how to use that bottle opener. Dan, what are we drinking?
All right.
By the way, the reason why Brandon and I were both like, holy cow, is that, I don't know if you listen to the episodes lately, we're drinking like 1 or 2 beers an episode.
Yeah. But you're drinking like full beers an episode, though. Not
Well, it's like, so?
Yeah, but you basically...
Well, the Sipes episode, we weren't drinking full beers.
No, I'm saying, but when you guys are like...
That's like 1 beer, though, by ourselves. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, we're not going to get into this argument right now. All right. We've been separated for so long that we can't start arguing now. Pass that on down to my buddy Brandon. This is clearly a blonde ale This is a pale ale.
This is from Waypost Brewing out of Fenville,
Clark will back me up on this.
Michigan. Yeah. 7.4% ABV.
What?
Rustic farmhouse ale. Brewed with a medley of Michigan-grown and malted grains. After fermentation in stainless and with house saison yeast, this beer was cold conditioned with lager yeast, quietly spending 10 months in French oak wine
Quietly?
barrels.
No one disturbed it?
No one disturbed
They didn't even
it.
play any music for it to keep it company?
So I gotta like.
You're sleeping.
The Waypost Brewing is like one of my favorite breweries to go to when I'm over there.
Oh.
They have. They're on a.
Tell us about it.
They're on like a big piece of land that has like a ton of.
They have land?
Blueberry and blackberry bushes everywhere, and
Blueberries.
so and they use that. They use that in their.
They use those.
Beer, but they have a really cool outdoor space where they have like chickens and roosters and stuff running around.
You know, they come to snuff the rooster.
What?
Sorry, Alice in Chains. You can keep going. You can keep talking about it.
They have the roosters run around. It's fun for the kids.
I don't know if it's fun.
Do the chickens have large talons?
One of them let me hold it.
You grabbed a random cock.
It was a hen.
Oh, man, welcome back, Dan. So this is a saison, correct?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I think I was listening to your description, or the beer description.
Wait, so where? Oh,
Fenville.
Fenville is where, like, location wise in the state.
I mean, it's in like in the middle of the the Lake Michigan side. It's
Okay.
like by South Haven, Saugatuck.
Okay, yeah, that's what it sounded familiar. So it's just
Yeah. I'm trying. What do you think about this beer, Tony?
I'm going to say something really weird, okay? I know it's going to... That flavor will go away. The first sip I took, there was like this little tartness to it that I liked about it. And it's a dry beer. And then I took another sip, and I kind of swished it around in my mouth. Oh, excuse me. There's like a root beer type taste. Oh, that's him holding the chick. That's a rooster, dude.
No, it's a chicken.
You sure about that?
I'm positive. There was
Are you sure about that?
You sure about that?
You sure about that?
Yeah, that's a chick. There's like what's the main, like what's in root beer? What gives root beer that flavor?
Sarsaparilla.
What?
Sarsaparilla?
Isn't it sassafras and that makes sarsaparilla?
I think it's sarsaparilla, not sassafras is something else. Anyways, I think it's sarsaparilla. Whatever.
It's the root, Tony.
Yeah, it's the root. There's
the
like
root of beer.
There's kind of that taste in there to me. Does anybody else get that? I mean, it's not like holy shit. It does taste like a root beer, but it's hard to explain, man.
Not your father's root beer?
That's what it tastes like. No, it does not taste like that.
I think I see what you're saying. I get more of like a clovey, almost
Aftertaste.
like a Hefeweizen.
It's an aftertaste thing.
Mm-hmm. I think I see what you're talking about.
But it's what my brain's relating it to. It's not. I'm not saying it tastes like root beer.
No.
But it's what my brain went to.
I can see.
Does that
I
make
can see
sense?
exactly how you're getting there.
I really like the beer though.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not saying.
I could say
it's
and the clove. Like I think clove is that first kind of.
it's like
flavor
heavy
that I
on
get.
the yeast
He's
character.
not
Yeah.
saying you're wrong.
Maybe
He's just
that's-
saying you're not right.
Yeah, I think maybe that's. It's just like that combination of like it's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like it's a very unique flavor, and it's not that. Me saying that, I hope that anybody who drinks this beer isn't like, oh, it fucking tastes like root beer.
So I'll tell you what I get on this. This is the first time I've had this.
Ooh.
We didn't ask you yet, though, Danny. I'm just joking. Come on, buddy. Tell us what you think.
So I get like to go off of what you were saying about the slight tartness. It's like a refreshing. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say it's even tart, but it's like
No, there's
refreshing
a
little
tinge
lift in
of
the
like, I don't want to say tart or sour, but there is something up front. Yeah, a
like
tang.
akin to
a
that.
tang.
A tang in the
Yeah,
front.
yeah, yeah.
And then I get the like yeast character, like I was talking about with the clove, like that kind of thing. And then at the end, I get like the tannins, I think, from like the wine.
Cold chill.
Yeah, he just shook. It was crazy. I think it was seizure.
The lager yeast character is interesting to
Yeah.
me, and I'm wondering if that's like what the drier kind of clean finish is or something. I don't know.
That root beer thing's kind of going away now. And it's not the root. Is it sarsaparilla?
Did you chug an A&W before the show?
No, mug. No
Well,
asshole.
You're a mug man?
I'm not an asshole. I'm not drinking A&W. I'm a mug guy.
Barks or
Barks. Is it Barks or
Barks.
Barks?
I think it's Barks.
If you guys had to choose root beer,
Dan was fucking right. It's fucking sassafras. God damn
God
it.
damn it! What's sarsaparilla then?
Sarsaparilla is a soda made of sassafras.
Ah,
I just said.
Oh, totally missed on
Hey,
that.
when you edit
When
this,
will I listen to you?
in air quotes, edit
What
this,
a dick! You know what's great?
you'll
When
hear me say it.
what Brandon and I have talked about is that when it's just us, there is almost zero editing that needs to be done.
Sarsaparilla was made from the sarsaparilla vine, while root beer, roots of the sassafras tree.
Oh, there you go.
So it's not.
We were both wrong.
We're all wrong. What's your favorite root beer, guys?
A&W. No.
Not.
I don't know.
Now I feel like an asshole for saying that if it wasn't A&W. And nothing's wrong with A&W.
No, I haven't had.
Mug is
I haven't had A&W in like forever. I used to really like Dad's.
Yeah.
And then didn't Goose Island? They had a root beer.
That is cherry cola too.
Yeah. So somebody else makes it.
And a
now.
vanilla one.
I don't know if they're up here or not, but BJ's Restaurants.
I don't know.
Is it
they
the brewery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have
I know.
bomb root beer.
Really?
Yeah, really good.
Let's do a root beer episode.
But as far as like, whatever you can buy at a store, I think, I don't know. I
And
always
just
think I
for
like
good
Barks.
measure, include not your father's root beer.
Yeah.
No.
I've got one in my fridge.
The vodka root beer.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you really? Like from like back in the day?
For a while now. I've got a Zima.
No, like the old school, like Not Your Father's Root Beer when it was like 18%.
Yeah.
Wait, do you
I
guys
had that one.
Yeah. Well, what
They got busted for like pouring.
Yeah.
Green
Oh
liquor.
yeah. I mean, I remember when they first started distributing that, and then like I called them, like I was working at Fishman's, and I was like, "Hey, just bring it." And people were drinking that shit by the fucking gallon. Like, dude, it was insane.
That was
like
a
I saw
weird
old
time.
ladies falling out of chairs because they were like they
can't
didn't
taste
realize
it.
what you were drinking. No.
Yeah.
So then we started making root beer floats with it. Were fucking phenomenal, by the way. But like, yeah,
Rabbits had it
it
too.
was literally like Everclear.
Rabbits had the one that because there was like almost different. Wasn't there like different tiers of it too? Wasn't
Yeah,
there? Like,
there was like
the
a 5.
the 9, and then
Yeah, there was
something
like
an
that.
18 or
It was like
20,
5, 10, and the 18 or something like that.
I remember
Or
having
5
the
and
10
9, yeah.
at I think Rabbits had it or something, and I was like, "Holy shit, what is going on here?"
What
This
a
is
weird
insane.
time in like Chicago craft beer.
Yeah,
Absolutely. But I do have a bottle of regular, just the regular, Not Your Father's Root Beer, still sitting in my fridge.
And I think now it's classified as a malt beverage.
Yes. So if you guys ever want to have a root beer float with that, we can do that. It's pretty good. My mom and I did samples of it at Mariano's one time, and that's when we bought some. She's like, "This is so good. We got to do this sometime."
I had it at a bar by Wrigley, and they had a rep there. That's the only. I don't remember what bar it was, though. Couldn't tell you. It's probably one that doesn't exist anymore.
Probably got tore down for. Is he safe? No, he's way out. So, what do we think about this beer, guys? Can you read the description one more time? Sorry, man.
Yeah. Let me.
I want to know.
Pull it up on
I want to know
Real
what I'm
Untapped.
drinking here to finish this off.
All right.
Last sip. What are we? Why are they showing the so many times? Is it in question? He's out. Sorry, we got a baseball game on, guys.
Okay. So, Saison du Bois. Rustic farmhouse ale brewed with a medley of Michigan-grown and malted grains. After fermentation in stainless with house Saison yeast, this beer was cold-conditioned with lager yeast, quietly spending 10 months in French oak wine barrels.
That's right there. I was distracted when we were doing quiet, but the quiet oak barrels. It's very tasty. It's very good. Let me give one more sip here because that's pretty much all I got left. Yeah, the whole root beer thing is gone.
Yeah.
That was just like up front. Like I said, I think it could just be also a little fatigue on my palate from all the beers, different type of beers we've drank tonight.
No,
This is interesting.
It could be but I think I was able to. Not that I was necessarily tasting root beer.
But you can understand where I was.
Yeah, I could see
pulling
where
it
you were
from.
pulling it from.
Yeah. I would say
How many sassafras roots would you give that?
I would give this 3.99 sassafras roots.
Ooh.
We're so close to a 4, but that root beer thing's still in my mind. And I feel like one day I could revisit it, and the root beer won't be there. So I'd probably bump it up to like a 4.2 maybe. I could easily drink that whole bottle though.
Oh yeah.
Like it's a good beer. Again, I'm not giving it, for me, not necessarily based on style for this one. It's more of my preference.
Yeah. And this is like, I mean, that size. This is one I could sip on for. Like, it's not one that I would necessarily drink fast.
What's the 7.2 ABV,
Yeah.
right?
Something. Yeah,
That'd be a fun, but it would be a fun beer though to have like ice cold and finish the whole thing and not sip.
That's
on.
true.
'Cause then you'd be feeling real good and be like, man, I need a root beer now. Make a root beer float after drinking this. Is there anything at the bottom?
Are you looking for dregs?
It's gonna make me drink the root. Drink it. Oh boy.
Dan.
Woo! That smell, baby.
Dan, how many sarsaparillas would you give this?
I'm gonna go 4.4.
Ooh.
And I'm a little confused in my mind, not because of the root beer thing. What are you gonna say? You guys say?
I just shot that.
Yeah.
I feel like I got a better taste of what this beer is all about.
So for me, I was gonna say my mind's confused because it's almost like
That's
so it's
me-
a saison with lager yeast and then wine barrel aged, but it almost reminds me like if somebody handed this to me and was like, "Oh, this is a wine barrel aged Hefeweizen," I'd be like, "Yeah."
Huh?
Okay.
That's kind of like what it reminds me of.
I can
It's
see
got
that.
a really
Someone just vaped in there.
It's got a really good dry finish to me, which I appreciate. Some people, don't like super dry stuff, but I dig it.
that little bit of the little bit of dregs there that you poured into my glass there, and I switched around. I really do feel like I got a better taste of the beer, of it like tasting like a saison to me instead of having that. So I feel like maybe again with some of these beers that have sediment at the bottom, give them a little topsy-turvy
Little twirl.
turn. Maybe we should consider that for future episodes. We'll check the bottom of the bottles because maybe we'll get a better idea of how this beer is supposed to be presented.
Yeah, there was some Belgian beer, and I don't know what it was. I signed up for some not competition, but something online once, and I was like, "Oh, you win this beer." I was like, "Okay, great." But they sent a bottle of the beer, and then they sent the glassware for it, and there was a little stand for it too, I think. And so there was the glass for the beer, and then there was another tiny glass that you put the sediment from the bottom of the bottle into that. And then, like, I think as you're, like, getting closer to the end of the beer...
You start adding more of that.
Yeah, you start swirling that in a little bit more, and then...
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I'm like, but that's too fucking complicated.
Yeah.
Just
Brandon, how many Wild Roosters are you giving this out of 5?
Yeah, I would grip about 4.25 cocks for this one.
Jesus, man.
It's a rooster. Come on. Yeah, like 4... Well, 4. I don't know. I'm between 4 and like 4.25. So
Okay.
Somewhere in that. Because I really did enjoy it, and for what it is, like it's not heartburn inducing for me. So like pleasant to drink. So I liked it.
Yeah, it was very tasty. You guys, even though I know there's a lot of beers there, quickly look at those. What would you? What do you have to pick? I'm not going to have you rate them all. What's your favorite of the night here? What was your favorite beer? I mean, that's a tough call, I think, from what we have there. Dill, interesting.
And the reason I'm saying it is because it's so fucking unique.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
It's a toss-up between the amber and the dill, but I think the cheese stands alone, so I'm going with the dill.
Yeah, I think amber would be a close second for me too.
Everything was good.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, everything was really, really tasty. Good job, guys. Look at us coming together while we were so far apart. You know what I mean? Just a couple of dudes traveling, finding some things that we thought maybe we might enjoy together, and we were right. We did it.
We did it.
Dan, good to have you back, buddy.
Good to be back.
It was good. A lot of positivity, a lot of positive vibes on this. I don't know if it'll last, but I feel like it's been so long since we haven't seen each other.
You haven't started annoying me yet, so...
You were only a dick once by doing the air quotes
You
about
did.
editing.
Tony did before you walked in the door. I said, I think I'm going to try to fire Dan tonight. You didn't fire Dan, so that's good.
He's
Progress.
right.
Progress.
Thanks, man.
Progress.
Yeah. Dan, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Brandon, love you, buddy.
Love you too, bud.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Cheers. Happy 4th of July. If you celebrate it. Did you get that? This has been The Malting Hour. Be sure to follow us on all social media by searching The Malting Hour and at themaltinghour.com. You can also follow us individually on social media. Brandon can be found on Instagram as BMDub81, on Twitter, BDub81, and on Untapped as BDubDrinksBeer. Tony can be found on Instagram and Untapped under Ace of Help Chicago, on Twitter, The Ace of Help Chicago. Clark can be found as Clarkowski on all 3. Dan can be found on Instagram as hip__hops and hip hops on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe, like, and rate the show on your preferred podcast listening platform. Until next time, cheers from all of us at The Malting Hour.